Hello my dear YouTube subscribers, website visitors, and also everyone else who's watching this video. This is the 23rd English Harmony video episode, and I have to admit I'm quite pleased with my work on this project so far. Just to remind you of what English Harmony is all about and how it all started, in case you see me for the first time. I'm Robbie, and I'm Latvian. I moved to Ireland, which is an English-speaking country, more than 8 years ago, and since the moment I set my foot on the Irish soil, I was struggling with speaking English fluently. You see, I had considered myself a pretty good English speaker, but when I faced speaking with native English speakers in real life, the cold reality hit me in the face quite hard. I realized my English was far from fluent, and even more than that, on most occasions I simply couldn't say a word. I would have countless encounters with Irish people throughout the first years I spent in the country, where I was standing with my mouth agape, not being able to get involved in a conversation in a normal way. This English fluency issue was driving me mad, especially because my English understanding was pretty good, and I had no issues with reading and writing English. The problem was very confusing to me, because I basically knew what I wanted to say, but I simply couldn't speak it out loud in front of people. Then I embarked on years-long English studies in order to improve my English. A few years on, having learned thousands more English words, having read dozens of English fiction books, having worked my way through the most advanced English grammar books, I was close to giving up. I simply couldn't understand what was standing in my way to speaking fluent English. I was doing everything they say is important to improve your English. I was reading a lot, constantly listening to radio, watched a lot of films and TV shows, and I nearly spent every spare second when being on my own to practice English with myself, only to discover that I still couldn't speak fluently. And then, one fine day, it just dawned on me. I finally realized why I couldn't speak fluent English. I was so overwhelmed with my revelation that I felt a sudden need to share my own discovery with the world. So I wrote an ebook about this English fluency issue and how to deal with it in 4 easy steps. I set up a website and I called it English Harmony. What followed was quite shocking. I started getting in countless emails telling a similar story. I realized this issue, whereby a foreign national learns English but isn't capable of using the language for successful communication, is widespread throughout the world. Thousands upon thousands of foreign English speakers were facing the same English fluency issue after years spent on traditional English studies. And my ebook, English Harmony, was an eye-opener to so many of my website's visitors. Fast forward a couple of years, and here I am now. My English Harmony system 2.0 has come along from a simple ebook to a multimedia video course consisting of 3 modules. Anyone who faces the English fluency issue can transform their spoken language in a few months' time thanks to the unique speech exercising system I devised. It makes me really happy to receive emails from all over the world saying how effective the English Harmony system is and how it changes people's lives. So what it basically does is it helps to structure your English language. English that you know, that you can't use when speaking. So it reorganizes your English by imprinting naturally occurring English speech patterns in your mind so that you can speak fluently and without much thinking. Okay, here's what I want to tell you about today. As you can see, my homepage at englishharmony.com and my blog where I'm posting my video episodes don't look too user-friendly. It's all because I started building the main website using another web builder, and then I got this idea of starting the blog as well. But after receiving plenty of visitors' emails asking different things, I realized it's pretty hard for my website visitors to get their head around and actually get the message of what my website is all about. After some analyzing, I realized that my websites have a few fundamental flaws. First of all, they're too cluttered with different sort of information. You see, when I look at my blog's homepage, everything seems to be quite straightforward. But when someone who's never been to my website looks at it, it's a totally different story. There are way too many blocks with different article headlines. To me, it seems quite natural that upon seeing this featured video image, you'd click on it to view the respective video and read the blog post. But in reality, when many of you arrive at the website, you feel instantly overwhelmed by all these images and text blocks. So what do you do then? Yeah, you just leave the website because it's just not interesting for you, right? And the second flaw is that my main site looks totally different from my blog, and you may actually get an impression that they're two different websites. So here's what I've planned to do in order to make the whole experience much more interesting for you. First of all, I'll do away with the existing homepage because it serves no real purpose. All the information that I have up here can be put in 2 side columns on my blog. Simple as that. Secondly, I'll reorganize my whole blog by getting rid of all the clutter. It's just like cleaning out your desktop by throwing away all the unnecessary items and leaving out only the essentials. So what I'll have is the normal blog structure, where you'll be able to read the most recent blog post on top, and the rest will follow underneath. So essentially I will have a blog with interesting blog posts about improving spoken English and also related stuff like issues foreign English speakers face when living in English-speaking countries and so on. In other words, I plan to make the whole experience more enjoyable for you and also a whole lot more interesting. When you come to my website at EnglishHarmony.com the next time, you'll see a catchy headline of the latest blog post you just won't resist to read. With that, you'll have all the social media stuff built in for tweeting and stumbling my blog posts as well as commenting. So in other words, I want to build more buzz around my website, make it into a nice hangout for foreign English speakers and those who are facing the English fluency issue. Right now, all these changes are underway and probably by now they've already taken place. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, go to EnglishHarmony.com right now and see how the website looks now. I hope you like it, and also don't forget to leave comments or email me if you want at robbie@EnglishHarmony.com. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for staying with me, and I wish you all the best with your English improving efforts.